there, this is Tracy, and tonight I have a topic that was inspired by someone I was chatting with the other day, and these were her questions, and I talked to her, gave her some information, and I went, this is a really good topic. I'm like, can I talk about this? Not her specifically, but the fact that many of the people in these support groups on YouTube are not able to go no contact. No contact means that you are just like they're dead. You cut them off from everything. You cut them off from social media, block them. Don't wait till they block you, block them. And get them off of your email. That's no contact. And that's for a person like myself that I have no connections to both of my narcissists by a child. And sometimes if you have a child with a narcissist, you are stuck with them until those kids grow up and probably finish college, because there's going to be interaction between you. And it's really hard to figure out what exactly you need to do. So I'm going to talk to you about that. Okay? If you are unable to go no contact, you have to protect yourself. And that means that every communication that you make with him, maybe it's about the children, it needs to be traceable. That means that, I would check and ask a lawyer in your particular area, because there's different things. Like texts can be entered into court here in Colorado, but not all states. So if you find out that, and he's like, or he or she is stalking you and sending you bad texts and ignoring you, if you tell them that, don't forget you're picking them up on Wednesday, and they completely ignore you and you get absolutely no feedback back, then you have to put into place. There are email systems, and if anyone knows the name of these, I didn't have to use them because, again, there was no child, but there are email systems that basically protect your own email, and it goes here, and that is admissible by court. So that's kind of an important thing to know about, and to make sure that communication is in place. The next thing you want to think about is setting rules. And really, if you don't talk about it, because most likely there's a tension there, and your narcissist has probably done some really creepy ass things to you, and you're like unsure about how he'll be, how she'll be when she comes and gets the kids, or when I come to what was your house and she's sitting at the door. You need to have this discussion, and if it isn't able to be done through the narcissist, it should be done from a lawyer, and get him to understand it and maybe sign it, that these are the guidelines. And if you weren't married and it's just baby daddy, and you want to see your child, you might have to fight for that right. But the kind of things you want to put into this sort of document or this thing, and it's certainly, even if you don't get a lawyer involved, write these ideas down and set the boundaries and put them in writing for him, and maybe he could sign it for you, right? That would be good. It's about being on time. If he's supposed to pick up the kids at 3 o'clock at school on Friday, that is the time he has to be there. The kids can't be left there. You're not his, I can't make it, pick them up instead. You have to set boundaries, because if you don't, a narcissist is well known for not, we're known for not setting boundaries, and they're known for stealing everything that they can if there's not a boundary set. So things about what to do if your kids are sick. This is a big one. Sometimes you're going to have the kids and they're going to be sick, and sometimes they're going to have the kid and they're going to be sick. And I know people, and this is narcissist or not narcissist, but families that broke up where one of the people has the kids most of the time, and if the kid is sick and the dad's supposed to pick him up on Friday, well, do you want to get the kid dressed and put his little PJs on to go to dad's in the middle, you know, when he's sick. What are the rules? You may, that's probably fine. And it probably depends on how sick he is. I mean, if the kid is sitting there and he's throwing up and really, really sick, moving him might not be good. So come to an agreement on that, and come to an agreement on like medical care for the children when the other person has them. Who's responsible? I know that some people, they disagree. Some people are, I want my kids vaccinated, and the spouse is saying I don't. So what you think is something that should be tended to in a hospital or get to a doctor is fevers and things that, write this down. If they've got the kid and the kid had a fever all weekend and did nothing about it, now you've got something as proof and evidence. So the more you can map out, sort of like the rules of parenting, map it out, write it down, share it with them, get them served with it, whatever you need to do. If you don't come up with an agreement on things that when things go wrong, again, what if the kid, you know, is with the mother full time and the kid has 3 Fs? The responsibility back doesn't matter if it's the mother or the father. The responsibility back is to say, hey, Joey, you know, just failed math, English, and Spanish. If this isn't communicated to the other one, and again, this sort of contract, really good idea. And then what are the boundaries if they don't meet them? I know someone who found out from her son's Boy Scout troop that her son had tried to commit suicide twice in the last month. Well, this is that month. And the ex-husband who he lived with did not even tell the mother. I'm sorry. That is something that they should go to jail for. You know, you can't not tell the other parent that your child tried to kill themselves. That's the kind of things, and I'm not saying you need to put that particular thing into your contract, but where are the boundaries? Grades, this, okay, they got their first kiss when you were with them. Well, I don't, you know, let him tell me. There are going to be boundaries, and as your kids grow, there's going to be different boundaries, and this should be explored and almost like a little contract. And do everything you can to protect yourself. Document things, save all the emails, do not throw anything out. If he's bad and evil, record it. If he's yelling, record it. If he scares you or the children in any way, call the police. Your child is in a toxic environment, and when they're with a narcissist, they are just supply, and most likely they're just keeping the kids to piss you off. So really keep track of all of this so that you have evidence and proof if you do need to take action, and protect your kids. This is a narcissist we're dealing with. Don't forget that. Everything they did to you, they could be doing to your children. So be careful. And don't ever blame yourself for loving and caring and trusting someone. I don't know about you, but for me, I didn't ever have a class telling me that there were humans that I was going to meet that were going to, well, I could say have demons inside of them, but probably not politically correct. These people, they lie and they cheat and they hurt people and they don't care. And I wish we had learned that. That's all I got on this soapbox. So this is Tracy. Please subscribe to my channel. I love it when you subscribe, and I try to answer all the comments. If you are looking for more support, I have a Facebook group that is called Narcissist Abuse Support. I'll put the URL down below and visit it. And My narcissist abuse support website has a lot of resources. So if you want to find a meetup in your area or anything like that, go and look at my site. All right, this is Tracy. Have a great night. That's all I got.